Coming up in today's video, I'll be doing a Scottish classic route, crossing this wire rope bridge and visiting the Steall Falls. And today's route begins in Glen Nevis, just outside Fort William. After a short walk through the woods, the view is finally revealed of the Steall Falls. And to get across to the Steall Falls, there's this wire rope bridge. But if you don't fancy it, you can just cross the river just above it. But there's no fun in that. Hi guys, welcome to our video. I'm going to be a wee bit quiet because there's people camping just below me here. And today I'm doing the Ring of Steall. And as you can see, I've just came over the wire rope bridge. Originally I had planned to leave my camera on this, I'd go back and do it again, but no thanks, I'm not going to do it again. And this route's one of Scotland's most classic routes. It includes Four Munros and it's right next to Glen Nevis, so I should get great views up there today. So it's been a busy week. The last 3 videos that I've made were all filmed in the same week. I think it was 13 Munros. I know I've got a huge ascent up this first Munro, so I'm not going to be filming much. I think all the best views are up there anyway. And there's Devil's Ridge and some exciting parts, so I'm really looking forward to this route. And I don't know if you can see, but the midges are biting like crazy today, so I don't even think I can sit here any longer. I'm going to crack on. Behind me you can see the Steall Falls, which I think featured in one of the Harry Potter films. I think it was the Goblet of Fire. And it's some sight. I think it's one of the biggest waterfalls in Scotland or Britain. I'll need to check that out. But yeah, I need to stop being a tourist so much. I could spend all day here. I'm forgetting I've got 4 Munros to go, so yeah, let's go. There's Gearanach and Glen Nevis. En route to the first Munro, there was this great zigzag path which made the ascent that little bit easier. It's not too far to the top of the first Munro. There we go, the first Munro of the Ring of Steall, and Gearanach, and it means the complainer. I was certainly doing some complaining coming up that bit. That was a relentless ascent. What a view behind of Glen Nevis, and I'll show you the Ring of Steall. I can actually see it all, it's just behind the camera. So the views are great from here. You can see the whole Ring of Steall ahead. There's the next Munro, just over there. I think that's the 3rd one. And then that must be the 4th one over there. And this is part of the Mamore Range, so there's 2 tucked in behind the Ring of Steall there, but also another 4 in behind here. I'm going to sit and admire the views here for a little bit longer, then make my way to the next Munro, which doesn't look far away at all, but there's a little bit of descent and reascent in between. Whew, that was fun. That gets the blood pumping a little bit. There was a bit there that was a bit exposed, so I did a bit of bum sliding down it. So there's the next Munro there. Looks like a fair pull up. There we go, that's the second Munro of the ridge. Stob, Coire, Chàirn. And it means peak of the Coire of the Cairn. And that's my 68th Munro. This one's 1 metre less than the one before at 981. So behind me you can see the fourth Munro of today, and the ridge going on to it is known as the Devil's Ridge. So I hope that the name is worse than the actual ridge itself, because I'm not the greatest with heights just yet. As you've probably seen with that scrambling over that ridge, that was slightly more exposed than I was expecting. So again, the views are amazing around here. I'm stopping way too much to take photos. There's a great view down to the grey corries behind and the East Mamores as well. And also you could just see the ridge the whole way around ahead. So yeah, got a quick bite to eat here and then crack on round this ridge. So I'm getting quite close to the third Munro and Bodach, which is the second highest Munro of today, behind the biggie that's going to be left to last. And it's going to be a steep pull up, my legs are crying just looking at that, and it's going to be up here, up the face. So there's not going to be a lot of video got up there. So anyway, I'll catch you at the top. So that's me at the top of Bodach, and that means the Old Man, and it's 1,032 metres high. The views from here were incredible, of the East Mamores, the Blackwater Reservoir, and down to Kinlochleven. So we've got one more Munro to go, which doesn't sound too bad, but it's the highest of today, and it's also quite far away. I've got the Devil's Ridge before that, so I'm looking forward to it. So there's the ridge I just came down. Now up and over the Bodach and over at Devil's Ridge. En route to the Devil's Ridge, Stob ban was taking the eye, so I had to stop and take some pictures. So it was now time to go over the Devil's Ridge. And my camera makes it look a bit steeper than it is, but don't get me wrong, it still feels very airy up there, and yeah, you need to take care. So I finally made it to the crux of the Devil's Ridge, which was this little scramble, which I had planned to go over the top, but as you'll hear, I chickened out of it. Not a chance. So I'm not ashamed to say I took the bypass path to the left hand side, and it was this wedged rock that was putting me off going across. But even the bypass path, there's still a little bit of scrambling to get over. Just coming to the end of the Devil's Ridge now, and I've got another zigzag path up to the fourth Munro of today. There we go, the fourth and final Munro of the Ring of Steall, Sgùrr. And this one is 1,099 meters high, so the highest of the 4 of today. So this descent is going to be an absolute killer. I'm not going to lie, I was absolutely knackered coming up that last bit there. The views are incredible, down to Fort William and obviously of Glen Nevis, so I'll show you just now. So it's been an amazing day. The views around that ring of steel are amazing. So if you're doing it, then definitely do it on a clear day, because you won't want to miss out on these views. And it is a long day. It says it's only 10 miles, but it's a hard 10 miles. I think that's taken about 7 hours to get to the Fourth Munro. I do a lot of messing about, so I think you could do it in a lot less than that. So I'm going to end the video with a few of the views down at Fort William and the descent down to the car park. But before I do that, I better give this a review. And I'll review the whole ring of steel because I don't think there's any point doing them as individuals. And I'll give this a 9 out of 10. I think it's been one of my favourites so far. It maybe just outdoes the South Glenshiel Ridge. So yeah, I'm going to crack on. I'm not hanging about here. I'm getting eaten by midges and I'm going to do that hard descent. I have to say the descent from this Munro was an absolute nightmare. It was rocky and yeah, I didn't film any of it because I just wanted to get it over with. And the only downside of doing this route clockwise is that you have to hike back up the road for about 3 kilometers at the end of the day. So that's it for this video, and hope you'll join me for some more Munros in the next one.